Alright, what happens when animators quit? By Ari Kendo. Can't lie, Blue Lock is a PNG Fest. It was like that first season though. It was like that during the first season, but the first season definitely had smooth moments. This is literally like watching a PowerPoint presentation. They're bugging. They're bugging. Is this a bigger drop off than One Punch Man? Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. That's why you don't follow the manga. This is what it literally means, like follow the manga. These are like manga panels. Straight up. They're not moving. They're not moving.
Blue Lock was the single best-selling manga of 2023,
What?
ahead of some of the biggest manga
go?
titans
It
like
ain't going to
Jujutsu Kaisen,
animation.
Oshinoko, Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, and this is the
Jujutsu
animation that we
Kaisen?
got for season 2. Now, to be fair, Studio 8-Bit isn't really
Exactly,
known for
come
having
on,
the
man.
greatest.
Yo, but slime looks better than this. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, they got moments. They got moments. Blue Lock got moments too, but not this season. Like, come on, yo.
Adaptations ever. But when they needed to clutch up for hype moments in season 1, they really delivered
what I'm
big
saying?
time. You know, this
I
single
forgot about-
Bashiro
yeah,
scene in the first episode
the first
was what got me
Come on.
hooked to watch the rest of the
Smooth,
show.
look at that.
The dynamic camera, the fluid movements, the details in the drawings,
on,
it was
yo.
just... it was beautiful. And
Exactly.
when I watch a sports anime, this is the kind of
Cooking.
moment I'm looking for. I'm talking
know you could pick up the ball,
Tsukishima
bro.
blocking
You just picked
Ushijima,
up the ball
Taiga
and ping
entering
pong.
the zone, Ichigo saying Bankai. You know, this is the shit I live for in sports anime. Now we got
Come on,
season
man.
2 of
Come
Blue
on.
Lock. You know, this is the arc manga fans have been hyping up for ages. I myself have read it.
What, the
You know, I can
U20?
say it's genuinely peak. It's probably the
Yeah,
best
it is
arc in
fire.
the entire
It is
series.
fire. I can't
I was
lie,
so
it is
hyped I
fire.
started edging myself to manga fan animations just so I can bust when season 2 finally dropped. But then the trailer
Aight.
released. And normally, when you show a trailer to people, you want to
See, I
highlight
ain't see it,
the best
though. I
moments.
just saw,
you know,
yo,
you
why
want
they
people
look-
to get
why they look-
excited about your new show.
The shadows look
Not
kinda
to look at the
cool. That was
animation and
it.
go, ugh.
That was it.
You know,
I
so
wasn't
I
like,
start
yo,
coping. I'm
PowerPoint.
thinking
I didn't know.
maybe they purposely showed us some of the worst stuff so we can get excited when the animation actually looks fire. You know what I mean?
That doesn't make
And it's
sense.
been an entire year since season 1 was animated, right? It's not like these animators were working on anything else. But then I watched Shinji's
True.
video on Blue Lock season 2, and I learned that they made a pointless season 1 recap movie with what 5 new scenes of Nagi and Reo French kissing. You know, and now I'm starting to worry. You know, did they
Hey,
really
yo,
shorten the production schedule of season 2 just to make a shitty recap
Exactly,
movie for a
like,
few
come on,
extra
yo.
dollars?
They don't
And
mess
after
with
giving
each other now, like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he's still trying to prove himself to Nagi right now in the anime.
this new season 3 episodes, you know, I gave it the 3-episode rule. I just can't anymore. I need to talk about how utterly dog shit this looks. Now, I've seen some truly insane takes online, like episode 3.
Also, episode 3 of Blue Lock has goddamn crazy animation. Like, honestly, nearing Demon Slayer's spider fight. You're smoking crack, my guy. You're smoking crack. Oh my god, you infant. Yeah, that's a disgusting statement. That's not quite that level, but it was really good. That's a disgusting statement. It is not close. It's close to like 7 Deadly Sins. You know what I'm saying? Not Demon Slayer's spider fight. That's why I first thought Demon Slayer was nice. Beautiful, bro.
Rhea Blue Lock is nearing the Demon Slayer spider fight animation.
Exactly. Smoking crazy. I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking of that one scene at the end.
This shit shouldn't even count as animation. This is a fucking PowerPoint presentation. I even got the goofy odd transitions I used to add as a kid to make my middle school science presentation seem funny. And it seems like everyone at 8-Bit realized that if they just shipped an audio drama with pictures, everyone would notice. So they started adding these obnoxious speed lines
Exactly.
to every single shot. And, you know, don't get me wrong, the VFX does look good sometimes, but not when you fucking spam these blur lines every 5 seconds. They're trying way too hard to copy the manga's art style and aesthetic. And while it looks good for
Exactly. That's why
static
you
shots
shouldn't
and
follow the
close-ups,
manga
you know,
like that. It's
it
an
makes it way
anime.
harder for the
It's an
animation team
animation,
to
like, come on.
actually focus on the movement itself
Exactly.
when the drawings are just so detailed. This is why every shot feels like it's being ripped out of the manga 1-to-1. Let's break down arguably the greatest moment of Blue Lock Season 2 when Isagi gets his next awakening. Now, remember, in Season 1, we got this awakening.
Exactly, going, ugh, come on, yo. Come on, yo.
Look at those hit me down. And this is what we got in Season 2. He is not moving, bro. It's just all VFX.
Hey, yo, if you pause it, though, it look cool, bro. It looked cool though.
All VFX, there is no movement there. You can break down this moment scene for scene and it will 100% match the manga panel for panel. That's not a good adaptation. When you turn a manga into an anime, you can't just try and copy everything one to one. You have to utilize the strengths of that medium. You have to lean into them. And this is probably my biggest problem with the Blue Lock anime. Anytime it starts to deviate from the manga and actually try something cool or unique, it can look genuinely amazing. But for the most part, all they do is draw the manga panels and animate the hair. For season 2, I guess we got a few extra blur lines, but where's the creativity in adding motion to these scenes to make them feel like they're alive? I want to feel like Isagi is actually running down this field to get the ball. I found this fan animation of the exact awakening scene on Twitter that perfectly displays how you would translate this manga into animation. It has the movement, it has the speed that feels like Isagi is really running to get there. It's just beautiful. I don't need the Blue Lock characters to look exactly like how they did in the manga. I just need them to move. I want to feel like I'm watching an anime, not a fucking narrated picture book. And honestly, I can't in good faith recommend anyone watch the show at this point because just read the manga. The pacing is now infinitely better because of what they're trying to do with the anime in recreating it one for one. Now, will Studio 8-Bit prove me wrong later, by making the U20 arc look amazing? I sure hope so. It's been a while since a sports manga gripped me like Blue Lock did, and I think it honestly deserves to have its best arc animated decently at the very least. But if this is the trailer they showed us, and these are the first 3 episodes, compare that to the first few episodes we got in Blue Lock Season 1. The difference is night and day here. I know I'm coming off as a pessimist and like a big hater, but it's really just because I'm a huge fan of the source material of Blue Lock. And I honestly think Studio 8-Bit is kind of fumbling the bag by going all in on this direction of trying to be too faithful. At this point, all we can hope for as Blue Lock fans is that the U20 arc is what's being prioritized right now. Because
that's actually interesting. Because I've never heard that before. Like, you're too faithful to the source material. I've never heard that ever. People are usually like, they should go back to the source material. What are you doing? Go back to the source material, man. Like, stop trying to. It was perfect before. Stop trying to mess with it. But now he's saying, I'm saying that too, though. You pulling from the manga too much. Like, this is an anime. This is an animation. They should be moving like that. It should not be the manga. It should be the anime.
Genuinely, I don't know what the fuck they've been working on if not for U20. Like, I'm sorry, these first 3 episodes have just not been good. Alright, so apparently this TikToker, Martin Reyes, actually worked on animation for Blue Lock Season 2, and he has a bit of insight into what happened with the production and why it might be so bad. There's an English translation here done by Cordobez Everdeen. So it's an English translation. I worked on the 2nd episode of Blue Lock, and I'll tell you why its animation was so bad. So apparently he was supposed to work on 5 episodes. Despite the low pay and negligible time, we did the best we could. There were many of the animations that were, I think, cut off in their final version, but they basically eliminated all the movement. Some frames or just made them differently. But the fault doesn't lie in the one that came after me, since they probably did all they could with the little time they had. Now, again, this is a huge problem in the anime industry. There's just not enough time given to these animators. These problems, just like in JJK in the past, or in the vast majority of animes, are a result of production committee of certain animes that take projects simply thinking about the money and not the condition of its workers.
Really blame the animators,
and it's because of this that I didn't work on any other episodes of Blue Lock. Once I finished working on the 2nd episode, I decided to get out. And just like that, I thought the final result ended up being a disaster. This made me feel like this is a job I'm not proud to upload. I got permission to publish one of my 22 cuts, and apparently this was one of the cuts that he ended up doing. And from what he's saying, they basically just removed all of the motion, and they just replaced it with still images because the animators didn't have enough time to probably fix up all of the drawings they were being given. Obviously, they just didn't have enough time to do any of that, and so they ended up scrapping it and going for just shittier animation. Yeah, animators were rushed and only given months basically to work on it, and it's crazy this guy just ended up quitting. I mean, I would quit too if the times just didn't make sense and if the working conditions were horrible. It's so unfortunate, man. 2 anime this season that were so good, had so much potential. Uzumaki and Blue Lock Season 2 just screwed by production committees. It makes me so sad, man. It makes me really,
the story of a lot of
sad,
things, though.
Genuinely.
That's the story of a lot of just in general, like, yo, we didn't have time to do this, we didn't have time to do that. Even in movies, we didn't have time to do this, we didn't have time to do that. It's deadlines. And I get why deadlines are made, you know, because you can't spend all day on this one animation just to make it perfect. Like, come on, yo, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, we feeding the fans, we got them hyped up right now, we trying to release it in a month so the hype don't diminish, so the money could come in and blah blah blah, we can make our money back from paying all of you, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying. Like, I get it. I don't really know the solution to that. Maybe like a I don't know, bro. Like, cause if the fans waited another, like, would you be willing to wait another year? I don't know. I hope, you know what I'm saying, the few flops, you know what I'm saying, was just like the first maybe 5, and then the you can't mess up the U20 game. You can't mess up the U20 game. I feel like you cannot mess up the U20 game. I don't even like football. I used to call it soccer. Like, come on, man. But that game was fire. He was cooking. Come on, man. Come on. I'm out. Like, subscribe to Ari Kendo. Don't mess up. Please don't mess up the U20 game, yo. If you know, you know. If you're not caught up with the manga, I ain't gonna spoil it. But yo, his brother is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. His brother is, you know what I'm saying? And Isagi go crazy, bro.